So, this case originally started because I wanted to sue James Randi for the second time. The first time was for the hang on. So in the first one, I was with James Randi. I was using my David Copperfield case as evidence to get the $1 million. The second one, what I did is I said, "Here's the deal. I'm God. Tell me I'm not. Otherwise, you owe me the $1 million because you can't lie under oath." In other words, you can't lie under oath. That means you can't tell me that I'm not God, and I'm telling you that I am. That's the original complaint. And then I started sort of putting a class action. I amended the complaint so that I could have more defendants. I added more defendants to the case. What else? And also, the amended complaint was about my godly powers patent infringers. That I thought I had this thing. Again, this thing called provisional rights, and almost gives indication that I do have rights as provisional. It's just I can't collect until the thing gets issued. And the English is, as you can tell by all statutes, are very badly worded English-wise. So it makes it very confusing understanding what's going on. In fact, people use case law. Lawyers defending this are like saying, "Hey, I have no idea what this verbiage is saying in this statute, but another judge said this. That's not that you don't have nothing." They're using case law. They're using other people's decisions to actually make the decision in this case instead of actually understanding what the statute means. It's very confusing what it's saying. But yeah, I was trying to take out all these people for patent infringement. So in all this, so when I added all these plaintiffs, I had like Bosley. I talking about the Amish school shooting occurred on the day of my transplants again, and so I am asking them, "Listen, I'm making an accusation. If I don't see a statement denying these allegations, then it's true." So I'm accusing Bosley of trying to kill me, that they have godly powers. That's for my patent infringement, which that went away. It's just, but I still have these allegations of trying to kill me and doing some weird stuff. And so I need to talk about. I could talk individually about each defendant. Anyways, that's what I kind of did. I accused them all of trying to kill me. See I've got Bosley in here. Who else? GE. This is the second time. The GE before was a discrimination case. This is GE, the attempted murder case. Right? What's in there? Yep. Yeah, it's just the attempted murder. They're just trying to. What else? So GE. James, of course, like I mentioned earlier, it's James Randi initially. Lakewood Church with Joel Osteen. Should talk about that a little bit. Maceland is the people who are defending David Copperfield. I think they were defending. I think they were defending Lakewood maybe at the same time. Let me look at that in a second. Hang on. Joel Osland, who represented James Randi. By the way, Maceland is a lawyer for somebody. I think he may have been defending. I'm not sure. Anyways, who else? They got the United States, state of Minnesota in here as the defendants. I think I've mentioned them all. There's about 5 or 6 in here. We'll just go with GE and Bosley. When I accused them of trying to kill me, I made first of all, for each of these, I'm making a memo. I'm making a motion for summary judgment, partial summary judgment, for just the hit itself. It essentially means I don't want to end it, I just want to say that for just this portion of the case, I want to collect some money for just the hit. And so I made it, for all these, I made a motion for a partial summary judgment for the hit. What happened with GE and Bosley is they sent me a letter in the mail saying, hey Chris, we didn't kill you. We didn't try to kill you. I believed it at the time because at certain times around in 2007, I noticed that lawyers couldn't lie to me. They couldn't lie to me over the phone. They were tongue-tied. And lawyers and judges appear to be tongue-tied with the way they conduct their English. In general, they appear to be tongue-tied and beat around the bush and are very passive about their English. But I really thought genuinely that they're having trouble lying to me. So I believe this statement. I believe this. Well, I don't know. So I dismissed it. I dismissed that portion of the case of those two defendants. It was, I don't know, probably just a few weeks later when I realized that, hey man, I think I may have been duped. So I asked both of them to submit into the docket that letter that they sent me in the mail, and they refused. That was too much effort. That was required too much effort. We don't have to do it, Chris. You can't make us. We don't have to do anything you ask, Chris. And so thus, and Bosley even said, hey, why don't you, this is Alex Jeezy, by the way, the guy I'm taking to court right now. He's like, Chris, why don't you just submit it yourself? Just take our letter and submit it yourself. I said, no, that would be an exhibit if I had submitted it. What I want you to do is submit it as an affidavit. Submit it, that'll make an affidavit. If I submit it, it's going to be like hey, here's a copy of their bullcrap. And I'm trying to get this thing under oath. So if you submit it into the docket, it's going to be under oath. Neither of them would do it because it would be a lie. So, I mean, the excuses are repulsive, too. I mean, Kalicki from GE and LSG, just they're repulsed that I would even want to know, it's like, how dare you make us do anything for you, Chris? If it isn't under the jurisdiction of the law, how dare you ask us for any information? I mean, who cares about your safety roller? I mean, what the hell do you want us to do? A little bit of work? It's going to require 2 minutes of our time to get that affidavit signed and sworn in, Get that letter sworn in. 2 minutes of our time. Chris, we are very busy here. The Joel Osteen thing, it was when it wasn't long. First of all, I wanted to do an attempt to see about getting tithing, but there was something. It was the event in which I'm at Bunny's. This was like, what would I call that event? The right when this old thing started happening with James Randi, there was a big hit at Bunny's, and everybody was just shocked that I didn't drop dead after the pile of crap they put in the salad, right? And I think that Joel Osteen was part of that little episode there of trying to kill me. So that's what that may have been what inspired me to go after Joel Osteen here. A psychic thing. Anyways, but that got dismissed real quick. I don't know. Did I dismiss it? I don't think I. Oh, I think the problem was it was lack of jurisdiction because I'd have to change venue, and it was getting to be kind of a run. It was going to be kind of a runaround because he's down in Texas, in Houston, and it's a jurisdiction. I'm suing up here in Minnesota, so it's in the wrong venue. And although I could have attacked it, the fact that he came up here and had contacts up here in which he commenced the hit, I think I just decided to dismiss it. Let me see here. just because it was going to be a pain. Hang on. Yeah, it's called personal jurisdiction, in which you sort of have to... People in Minnesota, the courts in Minnesota have personal jurisdiction over the people in Minnesota, but not the people down in Texas. So I would have had to change venue of some sort. I could have kept it going and changed venue, but I think I just dismissed it. Yeah, I just dismissed against Lakewood and Maisland. I was just suing them, a lawyer who defended Copperfield for patent infringement of godly powers, and I realized I didn't have it, so I just dismissed that portion, of which I didn't dismiss any claims of trying to kill me against the two. Maybe that will come later, but what else here? With James Randi, it was just sheer disgrace on the judge. I mean, there is this thing called minimum contacts. It's about the personal jurisdiction again, like with Joel Austin. No, not Joel Osteen. Joel Osteen. The James Randi is saying that he doesn't have minimum contacts up in here in Minnesota, so thus I can't actually get personal jurisdiction of him, or even abide, or even dispute this contract unless it's in Florida. Now, James Randi, in this challenge, this $1 million challenge, he goes throughout the world. He has contacts throughout the entire world, including Minnesota. I had 2 addresses of him, one in the cities, one over in, I think, St. Cloud. And somehow these aren't minimum contacts. He has an international challenge to the world to prove, for $1 million, to prove the supernatural doesn't exist. He bets that the supernatural doesn't exist. I bet that it does. I've proved that I've got minimum contacts, enough to continue this thing. And for some reason, the Honorable Judge Noel decides this is dismissed. Once more, dirtbag Noel has done it again. I got sick of this guy eventually, and I even filed for. I think it was in this case where he tried to kill me. I look at the affidavit for judge dismissal. Let me see where I can find that. I'm just getting really sick of the judgments that are being handed to me, and so I disqualified the Judge Noel, and because they were trying to kill me and conspiring with James Randi to stay discovery, and I was supposed to get discovery answered. Just a big mess, man. He's just full of crap, man. Making decisions. He's defended George Bush twice, and I don't know, man. I was just really sick of this guy. I think he was trying to kill me in the courtroom, I think, I alleged, and then there wasn't even an acknowledgement wasn't an affidavit or anything, any statement by the judge indicating that this didn't happen. Austin has a statement in there, docket entry 80. Substantially, it is likewise clear that ALB, Anthony, Austin, and was it Byer, acting herein solely as defense counsel to the JREF, which is James Randi, committed no actionable offense of any sort against Mr. Rolla. Accordingly, if this court were to even reach its demerits, the complaint fails as a matter of law. So, it's committed no actionable offense of any sort. They committed nothing of any sort against Mr. Roller, but they were saying acting herein solely as defense counsel to JREF. acting solely as defense. You gotta look at the English. Acting solely as defense, counsel the JREF committed no actionable offense against Roller. So I made a reply. You look at the reply. Which number here? Let's see. Yeah, it's an 84. It says, I'm going to believe this statement. It's acting solely. Now, I have to pay attention to the wording. I allege Arslan can't make the statement that AOB committed no actual offense of any sort against Mr. Roller. Just get rid of the solely. The solely is important because I believe many companies or organizations were involved in the alleged hit. So if he just gets rid of these, get rid of some of the wording that gets rid of that changes the English so that he was acting as a part of a group. James Randi and a bunch of others, David Copperfield, all the magicians out there probably conspiring a big old consortium of 2,000 organization hit on me. So just asking, Austin, get rid of the solely portion and make the same statement again without the solely. So I made a motion for summary judgment of the hit, and it talks in there, looking at document as far as what happened with earlier with the Lisa Nowak, the diaper lady for the astronaut. That was in there. That was the hit in there. That's what I'm talking about. What else? So it was 11/2 of 2007. I see some minute entries here. Number 97 is some minute entries. So I assume the hearing was held on 11/2. What had happened is we were in upstairs, and then they got moved downstairs, and there wasn't even there was no record that this court hearing was taking place downstairs. There was nothing. It was just a word of mouth. Oh, we're going to move it downstairs, where there's no trail. There was no trail of there was no evidence that the court had changed. The courtroom had changed. It was just all word of mouth. People started ranging and going downstairs. It was just, and I'm up there giving my thing, and the judge is looking behind me to somebody behind me, and I realized later that this guy is trying to unload some kind of machine gun or something into my back, and he's watching this, and so I filed to dismiss the judge. I mentioned it earlier. That's what stemmed from that. I was just getting sick of this guy, his decision making, and there's just some silly stuff going on, man. Got denied form of papus for the appeal. Every form of papus in that federal courthouse went against me. Everything in that courthouse went against me except for Judge Davis on a motion to dismiss of my GE case. Otherwise, I basically got nothing. Nothing went my way in that courthouse. Oh, I've got the United States. I think I had every military faction on the planet trying to kill me. This is a while back, so I'm accusing them all of trying to kill me. FBI, Air Force, Army, Navy, Marines. I think I forgot the one that does the other one. What's it? Anyways, Secret Service, FBI, CIA. Oh, Coast Guard, that's the other one, the other naval one. Coast Guard, National Guard, VA, Dick Cheney, George Bush. I got Judge Noel in this, Tunheim, Boylan, for patent infringement again. Karen Schreier, because at this time she's already judged against me. Some of the stuff is, I have to admit, a little bit overboard sometimes, but what the hell, right? Judges can't believe they have to give a portion of the paycheck to Chris Roller, unless for patent infringement, right? If they're using godly powers to live to live, even just to live their life. If people are infringing upon my godly powers just by the notion of living, then it's going to make me pretty rich on patent infringement. I just can't believe Chris Roll's their new boss. Can't believe this is actually happening. Ah! Number 30's ah! I got U.S. Marshals in here that's conspiring to kill me. Oh boy. So basically I'm accusing them of all this stuff and they have to tell me it's not happening, otherwise it is. And the reply didn't state anything again, didn't state anything to the contrary. So let's see what we got here. The U.S. and the state, they got some sovereign immunity and stuff. United States. But they state that the moving party bears the burden of showing that the material facts in the case are undisputed. Actually, they say the plaintiff fails to meet the burden. This is in what's this document 74. And they say plaintiff's own bald allegation of fact are not proof in quotes, but rather unsubstantiated assertions unsupported by factual evidence to support this claim. You know, I never thought about that statement, that the quote proof. If they were to get rid of that proof, I mean, if they were to get rid of that quotes, I don't think they can make that statement. The bald accusation of fact are not, I think it is. It's not quote proof, but it is proof without the quotes. So if I had it's not like if I would have tried to say, hey, listen, I want you to make another statement with the proof without the quotes, they're going to give me the big FU, you know. I've seen it. They're very unresponsive. They don't have to do anything, and they don't want to assure my safety, and they don't want to conduct any other experiments or statements to make sure that I'm safe on this planet. So, let's see what we got from the state of Minnesota. Well, the state of Minnesota says that you can't sue the state. First of all, I'm suing Derek Woodford and Beverly Price for trying to kill me. But he's saying that you can't sue the states in a federal courtroom. It's against the 11th Amendment. What else? I applied for the oath relief via Judge Noel, I think, and well, we know how he treats me. So I doubt I got any attention on that one. I think that's it for now. I might come up with something later to add on, but we'll end here for now.